to looking at this stuff. Why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing this? I got real deep into the occult stuff, and that's all I read, and I just lived for it. And I just kept having these demonic, evil encounters over and over. And then I had one where it's like Dante's Inferno, and at the time I hadn't read this one, but I was at another one of these dream sort of things, but of course it's not really a dream. And I was riding on the back of this serpent, this like dragon serpent thing, and it was taking me into the underworld. And in the underworld, it it looked like exactly what you think that the underworld would look like a Tartarus, like just horrible looking sort of thing. It didn't look like empty. It wasn't icy where I was at least, how it's described in the levels if people talk about that. But I was in the underworld flying around, and then I came out of the top back on the land, and I was like flying on the back of this dragon, and I was seeing people in my life that I had known, and I was like trying to talk to them and this and that, but I was a spirit, and they couldn't interact with me. And then it was like the dragon told me basically, it was like it was talking to me, this viper faced dragon hydra looking thing, but not without all the heads, but that kind of look, serpent. And it was saying that this is like the path that you're on. This is like what it is that you're doing. You're all the horse crap terminology and word merchantry that they want to twist into everything to pervert the truth, and have everything be an inversion of the Bible. And it was like talking to me like you could maybe imagine like a Adam and Eve sort of story, and was basically telling me like, like you're riding the dragon, you're following the beast, and I'm gonna help you like transcend, and become like a god, and be like an illuminated sort of figure and things like this, and like exalt myself, and that kind of like apotheosis, I guess, sort of thinking. And after that I just got like all into it, and I ended up getting in like really, really, really dark place, because I was so lost, and the only thing I was putting my head in was pure evil. And I had an encounter where there was a demon that, just like you think, come to me, like, just as horrifying as you could ever imagine, and say to me